5 years after I staged my own death, a system notification jolted me back to the life I'd left behind. My daughter, the one I had to leave in that other world, was dying. How is that possible? When I gave birth and faked my death to return home, I made my last wish crystal clear: take care of our daughter. After all, the final request of the woman you loved, your ghost of a memory, is supposed to be sacred. Clive Hawthorne swore he would protect our Cece, but the system's explanation painted a grim picture. After I died, a lookalike named Jessica had wormed her way into his life. Publicly, she showered Cece with affection. Privately, she poisoned their relationship, whispering insidious suggestions in Clive's ear. She hinted that if Cece's birth hadn't caused the amniotic fluid embolism, I would never have died. Cece never looked much like me to begin with. Fueled by Jessica's venom, Clive's affection for our daughter soured into indifference, then outright neglect. And now, Cece was on the brink of death. Accused by Jessica of breaking something of mine, she'd been forced to kneel in the freezing snow, her breathing faint and shallow. A bitter, cold laugh escaped my lips. I knew Clive was unreliable, but I never imagined the idiot was this unreliable. System, I commanded, my voice tight with fury, send me back. Now. A replacement, after all, is just a pale imitation. What's a lookalike compared to the real thing, returned from the grave? When I materialized, the scene was even worse than I'd imagined. My daughter was a small, fragile heap in the snow, her tiny body nearly swallowed by the drift. Her face was flushed a dangerous red, and frozen tear tracks glistened like shards of ice on her cheeks. She was still murmuring, delirious. Daddy. I didn't. Cece didn't break mommy's things. I didn't do it. The sight shattered me. I've lived my life without regrets, but my one great failing was my daughter. I thought I had secured her future, left her in the safest hands possible. I never dreamed she would be tormented like this. 8 years ago, a car crash had left me in a coma. My parents, their hair turning white overnight, were devastated. That's when the system found me. Successfully win the heart of Clive Hawthorne and bear his child, and you will be granted one wish. 3 years later, my mission was complete. I refused the system's offer to stay in that world. My wish was to go home, to be with my parents. They were both gravely ill, and I needed to be there for them in their final years. Because I'd completed the mission so well, the system made me a promise. After my parents passed, I would have one chance to return. I had just buried them when the system's alert came through, telling me my daughter was about to die. Cece, baby, it's okay, I whispered, wiping the tears from my own eyes. I scooped her frigid body into my arms. Mommy's back. No one will ever hurt you again. This wasn't the time for grief. The priority was getting her to a hospital. Even after 5 years, the security code for the main gate worked. My fingers still remembered, but I'd barely taken 2 steps when a shrill voice cut through the air. You little bitch. Did I say you could get up? You run now, and I'll tell your father. He'll never want to see you again. Jessica climbed out of her car, her tirade screeching to a halt the moment she saw my face. Her eyes widened, a flicker of confusion and fear in them. Who are you? Why do you look so much like her? I glanced up. She truly did look like me, about 80%. But her upper lip was too thin, giving her a perpetually cruel, sharp look. Get out of my way, I snarled. You hurt my daughter. I'll deal with you later. I tried to move past her, but she grabbed my arm, her grip like a vice. Her eyes scanned my face, burning with a jealous fire. Everything she had, she owed to that resemblance. Before I could answer, her eyes widened again, but this time, the jealousy morphed into triumphant arrogance. Of course. I should have known. You're just some cheap knockoff who's been under the knife. Trying to replace me? Too bad. Clive hates fakes. I knew she was talking about my nose, the one that had been broken years ago when I took a punch for Clive. It had left a tiny, almost imperceptible imperfection. He used to love kissing that exact spot when we were in bed. Jessica's confidence returned in a rush. She flicked a perfectly manicured nail, her chin held high. A fake like you can try to win over this little brat, but it won't do you any good. Her eyes narrowed.